Alright, this is Marco Palmero, founding director of Ulysses Investments. In this video, I want to share with you the ugly truth about selling your small company that nobody's actually telling you. The reason why I want to share these thoughts with you is because most of the times I see sellers asking for things that they cannot get out of their small company, especially if they're trying to sell it. So potentially I can give you some details and some information so that you can approach this process with peace of mind and make the best decision that will potentially get you more value out of your own deal. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see is that sellers think that selling a small medium-sized company is the same thing if we compare it to selling a big multinational or a publicly traded company. And nothing can be further from the truth, because we're talking about two different environments, two different companies that actually have different parameters and different elements that need to be taken into consideration when buying the business. One of the examples that I can give you is that a larger company is much more stable, has a lot more elements that you can use to make a fair evaluation and potentially also pay a premium, because it has an established business that is much more consistent. Therefore, it is justified for a potential buyer to pay a little bit extra to acquire this structure that is already working on its own. When we're talking about small companies, there's a lot of things that you generally don't have. And in order for you to understand how valuable your business is, you can take into consideration some of the things that I will mention in this video. For example, is the business independent from you? Maybe you are a practitioner, you are an excellent, again, practitioner, I would say. So you're very good at your craft, shall we say, but you're still working in the business. Well, that could be a problem when you're trying to sell your company, because the business is not independent from you. So when you go away, nobody will be there to take your place. And so one of the things that I would recommend if you're planning to sell your company is to make your business independent from you. So find someone who can be as good as you are, or close to what your current level of performance is, and make sure he's taking your place, so that you can then detach yourself from the business and make it run like a machine that doesn't need a specific person to be there in order to function. That's one of the things that most people get wrong, and sometimes they try to compare these companies with bigger ones, and that's not actually true. On top of that, there's also other things like how are you generating your revenue, how solid your customer base is, how solid your internal systems are, and many other elements that I'm not going to cover in this video. But what I want to tell you is that don't approach selling your company who's using, shall we say, the big organization perspective, because you're going to waste a lot of time and you're never going to get the value that you're thinking your business is worth, because most of the times there's elements inside of your business that need to be fixed or need to be improved over time. And that's why small companies get valued in a different way compared to bigger ones. And the creation of a network is actually important, because it allows these companies to acquire value throughout time. So this is just a brief overview of why you should look at your company differently compared to bigger organizations. I hope you find this video helpful, and I'll see you in the